Please tell me I put these in charge. Please tell me I put these in charge. Yo! And then put them in charge. Should be okay. We hope, I think. Are we gonna hope and think? Yeah, buddy. Welcome, yo, yo, yo. Good afternoon, my friends. How are we on this lovely, beautiful day? I'm gonna nip downstairs real quick. I have not had any food today other than breakfast because my mind's been spinning. Mine's been all over the place. Has been all over the place. Lord Glove. Punk, EKS, Elbodster, Claw, King Mike, Funky, Mub, Wheaty, Delboy, Suck. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Reviews and Brews. What a name, by the way. JFix Player, Tommy, hello, hello, hello. Carbon, welcome. Christopher, Nerd, Darly Dan, Tommy, hello, hello, hello. Who else we got? Wilson, JFix. Got Gozzy stream running in the background. He just reported a GPU call. Let's go, my guy, Gozzy. What a guy. Definitely I wouldn't be able to pull that off, so he's an absolute legend. Damo, hello my friend, how are you? Miro, good afternoon. Yes, guys, big shout out to Greg Dog UK coming in as a first time chatter over on the Twitch. Can we all say hello to Greg, my guy? How are we today, mate? Welcome. Welcome to the madness. This is where it all begins. This is where it all happens. All the craziness, you know. My first live as well, says Christopher. Christopher, let's go. Much love. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The class, hello. Mr. Garbage at Triple A. Welcome, buddy. How are you? I don't think I've got a stream yet. Darly coming in as well as a first time. Wow, lots of first time viewers on the stream today, guys. Welcome. Just gonna run downstairs quick and grab something like a Baby Bell or something. Whew. Boy's getting hungry today. Just mine's been whirring, looking at a lot of different things and whatnot. Do I have a baby? I have 2 Baby Bells. I might just snack on them. I need protein, guys. I need protein. Give me some protein. I don't have anything else. Lord Glove. I should have really thought about this, hey? But I chose not to because I'm an absolute moron. And I was just... it's just been one of those busy admin days, guys. Just looking at things and... You know how it is. So we're going to snack on some Baby Bells real quick and say hello to the chat before we get started. Welcome. Love a Baby Bell, absolutely. Bodge, welcome, pal. Good morning. I have to ask what happened with the PC build. Huh. Gary, you missed an absolute treat, my friend. The PC build is all good, guys. What a nightmare that was. I tell a lie. It wasn't a nightmare. Just look how it cuts off my face. Hey, it wasn't a nightmare. It was actually okay. It was just the end of the stream was a nightmare with OBS. That's where we had the frustration. The PC build itself was great. It went well. It worked. My friend has been using it now for a couple of days. I fixed an issue with the fans, which I can explain actually. For some reason, they were plugged into the NZXT hub, but they were running at like 100%. So what I had to do was take them out of the hub and plug them into the motherboard. The NZXT hub had a 3-pin connector, but the pins were separated to a 2-pin and a 1-pin. The fans had only 3 pins. So when I would plug that into the NZXT connector, it was only getting voltage and what I'm assuming is ground. So it was just running at 12 Vs and I couldn't do anything. So what I then had to do was plug it into the motherboard to be able to actually control the fans themselves. They're not PWM, they are just DC, but at least then I had DC control on the motherboard rather than plugging them into the NZXT hub where they were just running at full speed 12 volts. Does that make sense? Hey, welcome buddy, how are you? Been binging the YouTube content and thought I'd join you all live. Thank you, Greg, I appreciate that. Welcome. Wait, what? Repeat loader. I was surprised to find a decent, honest seller on eBay. I got a Switch was missing the eMMC. Figured I was ripped off. The guy refunded it in full. 2 weeks later, I got the eMMC in the mail. What? He sent it separate? What? Tad, welcome, mate. How are you? Good afternoon. Binging the YouTube content. I thought I'd join you all live. Lovely jubbly, Greg. Thank you, mate. I appreciate that. Greg, out of interest, what's your favourite episode on YouTube? Is it the Profit or Loss series? Is it the Joey Lands? Or is it the random videos that I put out? Love the shirt. Thank you, guys. Signed by the lovely Marv. Forgot to pack as the eMMC. Oh, bless, I see. Welcome, guys. Let's probably get some water as well. Welcome. I've already had 2 coffees today. I'd feel like dirty if I had 3. Forgot to do, actually gifted 5 subs, by the way, on Kick, which I don't really stream on anymore. So, forgot. I don't know. You're probably not here right now because I haven't seen your name pop up, but if you're watching this back for whatever reason, thank you. I appreciate you. Guys, 890 total Twitch subscribers as it currently stands. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. I like the free fixes in the Profit or Loss. Mrs. Sally. One in the chat if you're missing Sally's spectacular spreadsheet. One in the chat if you're missing Sally's spectacular spreadsheet. Trust me, guys, I'm missing Sally as well. I really am. There is nothing out there. There's nothing out there. Chat, maybe we start a new series. Mevin's coming in. Mevin's 4597. Welcome. Thank you very much. Becoming a tier 1 for 2 months in a row. I appreciate you and your face. Wait, you subscribed, it went down by 1. How? Look at that. How on earth? Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You're an absolute legend. A hype train started, but we only had 1 sub come through. I don't understand. I've been having hype trains recently where it hasn't taken 2 or 3 subs to trigger the hype train. I don't understand what's going on. It's very strange. Unless people are subscribing and not sharing their anniversaries in the chat, and that is what's triggering it. Perhaps. Sally's spreadsheet got me into this channel. Laptop repair series. Laptop disassembly, welcome. Joey needs a haircut. Greg Dog UK. Coming in with a Prime subscription. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate you and your face. I don't know why people subscribe. Do you know why? Because I give nothing of value. This is one of the things that I have been dealing with this morning, chat. One of the things I've been dealing with this morning is that I want to give you guys the best amount of value you could possibly get.
1 month left till 1 year celeb. Greets from Germany Heart.
Thank you very much, MP. I appreciate that. Coming in with a Prime for 11 months in a row. Yeah, legend. Level 1 hype train. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Oh no, you inspired me to learn tech. Joe, just got my first PS1 to try and repair today. Wish me luck. Yo, reviews, best of luck. Give lots of value, have fun watching your videos and enjoy working things. Yes, yeah, I need to give more. I need to give more value though, is what I'm thinking, and I need to think about the best way of doing it, chat. I need to think of the best way of doing it. I need to yeah. Punk Tiger coming in with a tier 1 for 14 months in a row. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. I'm guessing you can do what can we not afford on eBay, or what's too expensive on eBay. Yeah. Some bargains on Vinted. Yeah, I see that, but Vinted, I've put some offers in. I said I put 1 offer on Vinted, right, to somebody with a PS5. They were trying to sell it for £220 faulty, I think. It's something around that price mark, and I went in at like 160, and they sent me a clown face. So yeah, the question is, because I always keep you guys updated. I like to think that I'm always honest and open with the community and the chat, especially on the live streams, more so because you guys give more, right? You guys are here live, watching me live. It's different to the YouTube videos. I can speak to you and I can get a response like pretty much straight away. And you guys are really like core community because you watch the live streams, right? So yeah, I think more so this morning I've just been looking at like different avenues on how to actually provide value in an attempt to increase some revenue in places. So that could be done with a plethora of methods, right? And it's just figuring out one that makes sense, that isn't going to be something that is like completely random, like live streaming, where sometimes this stuff will happen, and I'm just eternally grateful for it. EKS coming in with the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much, EKS, for the 5 gifted. To Cody, Vio, Ghost, Dicky, and Tim. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's very, very kind of you. Taking us up to a level 3 hype train. 52%. Thank you. Puts us back actually up to 890 subs, which will load in a second, and it will show. It says 889 at the moment, but it goes up. But obviously, streaming and content creation and everything like that is a little bit random. And I've said to you guys that, you know, what I'd like to do is obviously pay off my mortgage and just make. I think one of my main goals is to just provide for the fam as best I possibly can. So if anything were to ever happen to me, then they'd be good, you know. So I think with that in mind, yeah, I was just thinking about exploring different aspects of and different channels of revenue and how to monetize other aspects of within content creation that gives value, which also doesn't see me losing my ethics, if that makes sense. So, you know, courses and all of those things. I'm just looking into everything at the moment. But one thing is certain, I would never, ever give up. Okay, I'm not going to say that just in case someone ends up clipping something and reminds me in 5 years' time. But the stuff that I post on YouTube that is entirely free to consume, albeit you get ads, so it's not necessarily all free because you're watching ads at the end of the day. Most of you are watching ads. I would love to keep up with my free stuff, and I'd like to do the free repairs as long as I possibly can, you know, and to try and give back where possible. But yeah, just looking at other monetary strategies. So yeah, I don't know what would be of value of people, and it's hard trying to find that. And and that's why when I do the live streams, I like to be 100% honest and open, because you guys can tell me you get stuffed, or if you think there's something might be of value, that's lovely as well. I think of products, but I also think of the stress that comes with products and how long that'll take and all of those good things. I think of repair as a service, but then there's like, you know, there's a cap and a limit on what could potentially be earned if you're looking to repair things as a service. So yeah. One in the chat if you would love to see a new series that's Joey opens a repair shop, or opening a repair shop from scratch, or something like that. That would be pretty cool, hey? That would be a pretty cool concept. Yeah. That would be a pretty cool concept. A lot of stress though. A lot of stress, man. So much stress. Just not worth it. Yeah, so I'm just yeah, going back and forth with those things as well. Yeah. At least a response. What's that into, MP? Did I not thank you for your sub? I thought I read it out. If I didn't, MPPPPP87, thank you very much for the prime for 11 months in a row. You legend. Thank you. Thank you. One more month until 12 if you choose to support. That is incredibly kind of you, and I really, really appreciate it. Running a business and channel would be complicated. If you kept them separate, I don't think it would be necessarily too complicated. Yeah, exactly. You have to prepare for that type of commitment as well, yeah. It's just like, I don't know, maybe there's another business venture there that as you kind of grow and develop, you want to get into different things. Profit or loss
in different regions? EU, Asia, SCA?
Just me in a camper van. Me in a camper van, just going across the world in my little van, and doing profit or loss in different regions. Imagine that. Wouldn't be able to, unfortunately. Not with the fam. Thank you very much, by the way, for the 100 bits. Running a business yourself is not a 9-to-5 job. Yep. Yep. Stuart, welcome, buddy. How are you? Welcome, guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. Freaky, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate you. Freaky says, I caught you live. You've learned me absolutely everything I know, and you're an amazing guy. One big question in your setup list.
Happy birthday, Russie Russ. Lol.
Thank you very, very much, Russ. Sorry, Bodge, for the 100 bits. I appreciate you. Is it Russ's birthday today? Who knows? It could have been any of them. Thank you very much for the hype train, by the way, guys. Thank you. I appreciate you. One big question. In your setup list, your soldering station is not listed. Which one do you have? Freaky, it's a very good question. The reason why is because it's not sold anymore. I don't know whether to just stick up the what is it, the 961 or something? The latest one that they do. But then it's not something that I use. You know? Can sell JDT Flux. We almost always ship same day. So the one that I use, by the way, is the Hako FX951. That's the one that I use and would recommend. But I can't. There's no affiliation links because I can't. There's nowhere that sells it. They are discontinued items, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, discontinued. So the only other one is the. I think it's the 961. I don't know. Is it chat? Is it the 961 Hako? Or is it 971? Oh, it might be 9. No, 951's what I've got. Yeah, it's the 971. I think the 971 is the latest and greatest. But it's tough. Do you know what? They have got a they've got a dial control one. The FX 888DX. Has anybody used that? The 100-watt iron, and it's just a temperature control. Has anybody used that? Yeah, it's got the tips that you twist though. It could be kind of annoying. Also, you have the Tomloff 3D. I'm thinking about going for the newer 4 version. Would you say the 3D function is that good that you wouldn't go for the 4 at this point in time? Freaky, the reason why I had the 4, I was gifted the 4. I was gifted the 4K, and I liked the quality of the scope. I liked most things about the scope. What I didn't like is that it was autofocus. I couldn't get on with it personally, and I think that was me. I think that was me because what I like to do is manually twist. So that's why I went for the 3. I went for the Tomloff 3, and that's why I recommend the 3, is because again that's what I kind of use. Nobody welcome. That's what I use. So I use the Tomloff 3 for that reason, for the manual stuff. What soldering iron? I've got the FX951, but if you're talking about what I was just talking about, I think it was called the 888. Yeah. I got the scope and I don't like it. I'm returning mine. Dan, really? What, the one that I've got? The same scope that I've got? You just didn't get on with it? How come? I'm gonna go fill up my bottle, by the way, guys. I'm gonna fill up my water bottle. I need some H2O. Was it the 4K that you picked up? I can't remember if you said you got the 3 or the 4K. I'll wait around for that because that'll be interesting to know. That makes great sense. Thank you so much for everything you do. You mean absolutely well to me and your content as well. Because of you, I've learned over the past year how to solder good enough to do it as a business. Let's go, Freaky. That's amazing. Well done. I'm proud of you. Bazaar, welcome. Don't like the screen so close to my face, hurts my eyes. That's fair enough. Yeah, absolutely. I guess that's a completely valid reason. Graham, welcome. How are you? All right, let me go get my bottle of water. I'm going to emphasize it just for Miro. Bottle of water. Do you know what? I think I might be in the car. Because I had it when I went to squash. Chat, I've also just bought some... I've just bought some power line adapters to hopefully get some internet into my garage. But it's on a different ring. Yeah, that's my only concern. High quality H2O. Whoa! Mine leak across power rings, no problem. Still get about... Oh, okay, fine. So you have on different rings, and you get 600 down. Nice. So the ones that I've just purchased are the TP-Link ones, but they're also the Wi-Fi access ones, the access point ones. So how much did I pay, chat? I paid £70, but apparently Wi-Fi is 1200 megabits. And we'll see how they get on. They have a range of 300 meters, which is going to be plenty. So we'll see how that gets on. But like I said, it creates a wireless access point as well at the extender end. So I'll see how that gets on. And then what that means is that I can actually... Freaky Slimes coming in. Thank you very much for the tier 1, mate. I appreciate that. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you for the support. What that means is that I can potentially set up a camera in my garage for live streams. And we can have a look at the board heater that I've just got. Saber, what's your thoughts on power line adapters? I went through a couple of really rubbish soldering irons. Died after a month. Supposedly 60 watt. Bad design. Could only transfer 5 watt. Antec 660A, which I'm happy with. Never heard of that, James. Never. Saber, welcome. Worth every penny. Normally, I never sub. But you meant so much to me unless you owe me money, so you deserve it. Freaky, tell me more about your business. What's the business in? Is the business in repair? I'm gonna guess so. It could be in something else, soldering related. But is it in like repair as a service? Like, how does that work? What? They're absolutely useful in some scenarios. Saber, are you a networking wizard? Powerline adapters are trash. If you have a noisy earth cable, they can really cause issues in packet loss. Well, I had a rewire on my house when I bought it about 8 years ago. So I'm really hoping that I don't have bad internal wiring. And if I do, I've been scammed. That is one of the other reasons why I purchased it, because they hooked up some electrics in the garage. So I didn't have electrics in the garage before. So yeah, I've gone with the power line adapter, and instead of me just running an Ethernet cable from what is my workspace into the garage, because I'd have to go through the wall, out, down into the garage, I've gone for power line adapters. I feel like that is going to be the cheapest, quickest, and easiest way to get internet in my garage. So, and they're TP ones. I know TP are a great brand. So we'll see. I always recommend just running lines directly. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Which I will do depending on how things go. I started myself with a cheap iron, cheap microscope from Amazon, and a cheap heat gun, certain donor boards. Now I have been repairing customer consoles for the last 6 months, which average about 3 jobs a week. Man, it's inspiring, Freaky. So are you self-employed, or do you have a business? And are you in the UK or the US? They are not ideal, but saves digging up the drive to run Ethernet. Exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. Love the Profit or Loss series, such a therapeutic show. Watched them all over the past few weeks. Perfect for relaxing. I'm definitely up for a season 3 if that ever happens. Chat, I don't think people want to see a season 3 of Profit or Loss. We got a 1980s build and UTP power line adapters around the house. They work pretty well for us. Okay, Jukes. Do you lose like quite a lot of download and upload speed? People want to see season 3 just as passionately as long hair Joey.
What have you been smoking to think profit or loss should go away? I think Charlie and I would beg to differ.
We could go mad scientist. Does this look better, chat? Saber, thank you very much for the 100 bits. More profit or loss? What about a season of profit or loss where you stake some money to start with and have profit? Stake? T1, thank you very much for the prime for 4 months. I appreciate you and your face. Thank you. Not particularly, we don't get amazingly quick broadband where we are either. This is better than the sticks, but I can quite happily run our Sky. Gotcha. Okay, Jukes. Much better. You look like the next thing you're going to be repairing is a time machine. Look like Graham? What do you mean? Joey, receding hairline is concerning. Chat. Is it receding? And we're back. Just like that. My hair's always been a little bit kind of just, I can do stuff like that. Pretty cool. Don't start on a man's hairline. Facts. You look like someone who drinks plenty of broccoli. Thank you. Thank you. Just a big forehead. I do have a big forehead. You're right. Is that better, chat? I think it's better. I invested everything I earned. Saber.
It's only receding if you don't do more profit or loss.
Thank you very much for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Thank you. I invested everything I earned back into equipment which served me right. I'm in the Netherlands, but man, some people do horrible stuff. They're HTML reports, I've noticed. That's amazing that you've been able to turn it into a business, like self-employment, man. That's really, really good. Really, really good. Well done. Definitely not receding or thinning. Your head is great. Thank you, Mira. I appreciate that. Considering I went bald when I was 23, the headlines. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What happened to the secret garage fund? Jukes, there was no such thing as a garage. There was no secret. There's no secret. There's no garage. There's no fund. Lee, welcome, buddy. How are you? The issue that you're going to have with the power line is not the upload download speed. It's the fact that most video streaming is done over UDP, which is not fault tolerant to lost packets. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm just going to try it. See what happens. Worst case scenario, it will be an Ethernet cable when I can afford to do that. It's not even necessarily afford to do that. It's just when I have the time and know somebody and a bunch of other things. Jose, welcome. I wish I still had that hair. Dan coming in with a tier 1 for 8 months in a row. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you and your face. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Saber coming in with 100 bits. Saber.
Secret thick hair Joey fund.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For the 100 bits, not the comment. Right. Chat, have you seen what is being repaired today? Has anybody noticed? Nobody said anything. Nobody, not one person said anything. Is this your full-time job, Joey? It is, Christopher. I'm a very lucky person that also took a risk to put myself in this situation. But I'm very, very lucky in terms of how much the community supports me in order to be able to do this. YouTube streaming is a big part of my income, which is also the thoughts behind everything I was thinking about today, as to like being able to provide value in exchange for a more guaranteed sort of income. You know, the thing about live streaming is it's entertainment value. It's you guys learning. So I provide value in that sort of sense, but you know, there's nothing that's really other than what I mean. If you were to subscribe on or join, on YouTube, what do you get? Pretty much nothing. You get pretty much nothing. You get a few emotes and your name turns green in the chat. You don't get anything there. What about Twitch? What do you get if you subscribe on Twitch? Skipped ads. But I mean, you could watch on YouTube for less ads or use ad blocker. You get a cool little badge. So why are people doing it? People are really doing it to support me, is the bottom line. People are doing it to support me personally. So, you know, and you could argue that I'm providing entertainment value, but I'm not going to say it feels wrong, but it nags at the back of my head. So it's like, okay, so, you know, what can I actually do to provide value in exchange for something? And I need to kind of maybe stop thinking so much and just do something and go from there. But to answer your question, which wasn't even a massive question that I've alluded to, yes, this is my full-time job.
I do it to support you and make sure Charlie is fed and happy.
Thank you. Charlie is always fed. Aren't you, Charlie? Charlie's always fed and happy. Yeah. Thank you very much for 100 bits. I appreciate you. Third time, what you fixing today? Chubbs, as much as I love you, it's right here. Fixing laptop. Which is more profitable, Twitch or YouTube? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Oh, there's a lot of conflicting answers. We're talking about just general, right? I wouldn't know, I'm not a streamer. I know, but it's a guess, isn't it? That's why I said guess. I'm not expecting you guys to know. YouTube. If we're talking pure income, YouTube. But Twitch and Twitch is substantial. Twitch, I want to say Twitch is second in terms of revenue streams. It's not like it's not massively far apart at all, but YouTube takes the lead. And that, I mean, I don't really necessarily. I've had a crazy few super chats, but you know, when I stream, Twitch is obviously the main point of revenue because that's what the platform is for live streaming. But when it comes to YouTube, when I live stream on YouTube, I don't necessarily make much money because people would rather support through Twitch by subbing or using bits. Whereas on YouTube, you have like super chat, and not many people use super chat. It still comes through, and obviously it's still a huge way to help. But more people prefer to use Twitch than what they do YouTube. I think it's just the nature of live streaming. I don't know if the interface is better on Twitch. I'm pretty sure I've stated before as well. Like they both split the revenues pretty much identical. Amir has become a YouTube. Amir, after I just said as well that YouTube members don't hardly get anything. You've still gone out of your way to become a YouTube legendary status member. Thank you. I appreciate you. That's very, very kind. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So by streaming on both platforms, you're maximizing profits. I would actually argue that if I was just to stream on Twitch and Twitch alone, that would be maximizing my profits. The reason why I don't stream on just Twitch is because discovery is actually better on YouTube with live streaming than what Twitch is. And I would prefer people to watch where they are comfortable. If I stream on Twitch, I risk people not watching because they want to watch on YouTube. So the reason why I have the two separate chats and the reason I stream to two different platforms is because I want people to be comfortable where they're watching. I don't make more money, I don't think.
Speaking of super chat, here's one. Happy birthday, Bodger.
Russ, thank you very much for the $5. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Oh, Ben, hello, mate. Sorry, I didn't see you in here. Hello, Ben. How are you today? Ben, guess what I've been working on recently? Another GPU. I'll be speaking to Gozzy about it, mate. Phew, you should see the state of this one. What about if I told you that there was solder wick underneath the core on two of the corners? What would you do? Is streaming income more than the repair work? I don't do repair work, LK. I don't do repair work. I don't offer services for repair work. I mean, the profit or loss series that you see doesn't make me any money, as you guys have witnessed yourselves. Chat, if I was just doing profit or loss, I'd be living in a shed.
Thank you, Russie Russ. Happy birthday, mate. Lol.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Roger. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm always okay to be as open and honest as I can be, to a certain extent, I think. How do I contact you regarding buying some bits off you, please? I don't sell bits. Sorry, Rab. Solder wick under the core is crazy. Did you remove the coin? No. Guess what came yesterday, Ben? My heater. And I've just bought some power line adapters. I was speaking about it earlier, to have some Wi-Fi and a direct Ethernet in the garage. So I don't know how that's going. I should be getting those tomorrow. So I'll try and set some things up. And chat, potentially we might have some streams from the garage, which would be pretty cool, and recordings and whatnot. But I don't know how I'm going to navigate all of it. How goes it, Joe? It's good, mate. Yeah, good upstate. How are you, my friend? Have the items been bought? The items have been bought. Yeah. I think he means the streaming bring in more than the videos sent up weekly. YouTube makes me more money than Twitch. YouTube makes me more money than streaming. Just YouTube. That's not. I'm not talking sponsors. I'm not talking anything. I'm talking YouTube. But if you have like a repair shop, that would pay well, wouldn't it? It's a tough subject. I think AMR. So hear me out in my like logic brain, right? If I go ahead and open up a repair shop, immediately I have costs. What costs do I have? I have rent. I'm just going to throw some numbers out there. £1,000 minimum for a sizable workspace that isn't my property. Why wouldn't I have my property? I wouldn't want people knowing my personal address. So if I was to open a shop, I'd have to have a shop. That's one way of doing it. But I'd incur rent, I'd incur gas and electric, I'd incur software fees, I'd incur all sorts of bits and bobs. There'll be so many more costs involved. Tea bags, you know how it is, right? Security equipment. Yeah, I'd have to probably as well open another business alongside Joey Does Tech, because if you think about what Joey Does Tech does is the content creation more so than anything else, I'd have to probably open up another business. So that is stress. The other option is repair as a service, just me. So instead of having a shop, repair as a service. How would I go about doing that? Well, I just have people send stuff to me, to my business address that I currently have, and continue to work from home. Would I enjoy that? I don't think so. Could I then make content out of that? Of course I could. I could probably keep the same business name and everything. It'll be cool. It's just there would then be a cap on the amount that I could earn. And would I want to incur the stress of customers chasing and, you know, potentially things being broke and all those things. So there's just a bunch of stress there. That is like a stress pot. That is, you know, I don't think it would be worth the extra revenue for the stress that comes with it. Would you consider fixing your community viewers consoles for cash? No, because again, that's just more so repair as a service. Thanks so much for replying to me for my free email, Repair Joey. I'm excited to hopefully watch my PS5 on the desk. Lovely jubbly. Look forward to it, Andy. Mail in, PO box, something similar. Again, just stress. I want to ask you a serious question. What's your advice for me wanting to start repairing motherboards on laptops and other laptop issues in general? I have experience building PCs. I feel like if you have experience building PCs, you already have a head start. When I started this, the repair game, I had no head start. I just was watching YouTube videos. So I didn't know what, like, you know, the tactileness of my fingertips and all that. I didn't know how to maneuver all of the tiny parts and everything. And in terms of logic, I had no idea how electronics worked. So what I would say is if you want to start repairing motherboards and laptops and other laptop issues in general, I feel like you could start with, I would start simple and I would say, right, I am simply just going to almost do like a repair parts side hustle with laptops. And I'd buy practice laptops, start replacing screens. I wouldn't do it on customer machines until you were comfortable. Daya, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. I appreciate you pushing us back up to what, 890 total subs. Thank you. But I'd say maybe get your hands on a bunch of faulty laptops, which you can get for cheap now, by the way, like laptops that can be thrown away and whatnot. Take them apart, put them back together, get a feel for it, right? You've already had experience with PCs, turn that into laptop. I wouldn't start on the motherboard stuff just yet, personally. You could start by taking the motherboards out, putting them back in, and, you know, with the latches on the FPC connectors, getting used to that. The screen connectors are really, really fiddly sometimes on laptops, so getting used to that. Getting used to all of the hinges, the different types of screens, learning about what screens you can buy, learning about the batteries, because a lot of, chat, yes or no, a lot of laptop repairs are screens and batteries. 80%, would you say? Screens and batteries, laptop repairs. Yes or no? I don't know, because I'm not in that field. I don't really have experience with laptops. Yes, maybe even 90%. Yeah, exactly. There we go. So I think there's good money in it. But I think the money comes with you being quick, and, you know, the quicker you get, the more money you're gonna make. But you don't want to compromise going quick for potentially like messing something up. So take your time, buy loads of like donor things, and just practice swapping stuff out. Learn about the item, what battery it takes, the screens, the hinges, and all those good stuff. Yeah, the drives as well, of course. Yeah, drives. So yeah, that's where I'd start. And then as you've done that, you'll then get in a bit of experience with motherboards as well by taking them out and putting them back in. And then you can start learning, okay, so that FPC connector connects to this on a screen, so maybe the circuit must be around this area. Start probing around with a multimeter and getting comfortable there. But I would start, you said start repairing motherboards on laptops. I would start, because you said and other general laptop issues, I'd start getting to know the laptops with the components. That's where I'd start. Ben, yes, I do. It's a Chromebook, and to be fair, it should be just a port replacement. So I don't think I'm going to have to go as deep as that, Ben. To be honest, it's just a little Chromebook. These are relatively cheap, hey. But this is a free repair. Yeah, eMMCs. Chromebooks, I think, mostly have eMMCs, but I'd say the budget to mid and mid onwards don't have eMMC, is what I would say. I'd say they more so have SSDs. I don't know. Have you got the basics for the equipment needed for repairing it as a hobby? Yes, if you go onto any of my YouTube videos, I don't have a shortcut for like equipment, but if you go to my YouTube and go to like my latest video, for example, and you look in the description, or even actually in the live stream, my friend, if you go onto the live stream on YouTube and you have a look in the description, you'll see a beginner soldering setup. So that is a soldering setup that I recommend purchasing through Amazon. I get an affiliation kickback of anything that gets purchased, and that is like a beginner setup to get. Main problem I see is liquid damage. Most people tend to DIY screens and batteries and upgrades, and then they come to you after they've done that. Be prepared to see some most disgusting electronics you've ever witnessed, though. The downside to laptop. Yeah, I can imagine. Thank you so much for the advice. You're more than welcome. Dave, welcome. How are you? Welcome. What niche do you think there is more margins for profit? Phones, laptops, consoles, or graphics cards? Each come with a difficulty level. Margins for profit. Chat, am I right in thinking they're all pretty good? I can't lie. Repair in general have good margins for profit, in my opinion. I think phones, if you're quick and good with phones, and when I say good, I mean like resealing it, making sure the pressure is sorted so that it doesn't have water go into it. You can make good money from swapping out a phone screen, especially on an iPhone. I generally think that you could make profit in all of those. I've already bought all the tools. I now need about 25 laptops to challenge myself to fix them all, but I'm stuck at some laptops which don't power on and have no sign of life. And Rapper, can I just say as well, only you will know when you're ready to take on customer repairs. But what I would advise is you just make sure you are ready. You will make mistakes. You will mess up. It's also it's a good idea to have the funds in place, ready, in case you mess up. If you're doing most laptops these days, be prepared to see most things soldered down and unchangeable as they can make it. Sadly. Is that true, Arafel? I'm a veteran looking for a disc PS5 for my son if you have any. I don't have any at the moment, Rab, I'm afraid. Rich Wales, I use a FX951 Hacko. Do you ever get any trouble when selling a repaired item? By that I mean a grumpy buyer who may ignore the listing before purchase. I've had a couple. who have messaged me and asked, like, you've said this is repaired in the description. What was the repair? I can't find it. You should put it in the description. And then I've literally copied and pasted the description, because in my eBay repairs, on my eBay sales, or on my eBay page, I put exactly what the fault was on the console before it, as it goes up for listing. But I've had some things come back to me. I've never had something come back to me where it just works and they've wanted a refund for the sake of a refund. The things that have come back have been my fault, or I don't even want to use the term my fault, because something may have happened in shipping, etc., etc. But expect that sort of thing if you're going to sell anywhere, anything. Yeah. Framework laptops are good quality and designed to be. Yes, yeah. I'd love to get my hand on a framework laptop, but they're also quite expensive, I think. All right. There's a great YouTube channel for a laptop repair. Nathan over at Parts People. Absolutely. Yep. Dell Parts People chat. Great for laptops. 132k subs. Thank you. I appreciate that, Pixel. Yeah. Gazi. Yep. Question of the day. Filtered or tap water? Oh, Retro. If I answer that, people are going to start judging me, man. We have just had reports here in the UK, in the south of the UK specifically, that our tap water is absolutely horrendous, by the way. Absolutely horrendous. I drink tap water. And I put it in my fridge to cool it. So, yeah, I drink tap water. 888 Twitch subscribe. Thank you, Arafel. Yeah. Yep. It's not broken, chat. That number is, in fact, correct. Kind of just looks broken, doesn't it? 888. You need Scottish water? Yeah, apparently Scottish water is very, very good. Yeah. Last question. That Nintendo DS frame behind you is so sick. Did you make that yourself? I didn't. It was a friend of mine who unfortunately is no longer with us, and they sent it to me as a gift all the way from Texas. Yeah. Big up, Tyler. If you know, yeah, know. I really like your content, Joe. You motivate me so much. Keep doing what you do. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Why can I not open this? I don't know if the OBS issues are fixed. I have no idea. Dreams, welcome, buddy. How are you? Dreams, you just missed our talk on business and stuff, and you would have been a good person to speak to, actually, and just have a bit of advice in, because I'd say you're a successful repair tech, from what I understand. I was listening. Oh, okay, fine. Just lurking, I see. I'd also recommend electronics repair school. Okay, sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Canal Water. Yep, Steve is right. All right. You guys ready? Don't fix TVs is my only advice. I wouldn't go near a TV. People have asked me so many times and I've said absolutely not. So, A, I don't have the room for it. B, I've heard that the panels are more expensive than the actual TV. There's no point. That's what I've heard. Anyway. Bear with, guys. I'm just finding the email of which this came from. Now, this one is... Oh, yeah. LK coming in with a gifted subscription. Thank you very much. I appreciate you and your face. Thank you. Fun fact, Nathan, aka Del Parts People, is also on Twitch. Yes, he is. Yeah, not only YouTube. I found the Hako FX951 for X amount. Received a set of Hako replacement filters instead from the official German seller account of a big electronics vendor. Yeah, I mean, you can't buy... I mean, the Hako FX951 for 20 euros would not be a thing. Yeah. Kiki, welcome. Let's fix that 888. No, the 888 was fine. It's still 888. Do you know why? Okay, because I think somebody dropped off in our 28-day rotation and it's still on 888. But thank you very, very much for gifting this up to FlowFam. I appreciate that. So this repair was actually quite a while ago, and it came from, was it that? Yeah, so this person actually sent through the request on the 5th of September. But I only received the device yesterday or the day before, I want to say. So they've clearly just not got around to sending it, and have now eventually sent it. So they've said that this Acer Chromebook, specifically CB314-1H Chromebook, has a broken USB-C charging port. Looks like it has a broken piece on the end of it. We'll inspect that in a second. Hi Joey, I'm a long-time viewer and subscriber and have watched your journey with repairing electrical items. My dad told me that his Chromebook would not turn on anymore. I popped over to see him and could instantly see that the USB-C charging port had been broken. I opened up the Chromebook to see if the USB-C was connected via a daughter board. Unfortunately, it's soldered onto the main board, which is way beyond my basic soldering skills. My dad uses his Chromebook every day and is currently using his mobile phone to check his emails, etc. And he's struggling. His age and eyesight are not what they used to be. So we're really hoping that we can get this USB-C port fixed. I've purchased a replacement USB-C port from eBay from the model number of the actual Chromebook, and we'll include that if you're happy to attempt the repair. Of course, I said yes. However, there is one thing here that I need to advise. I said, big up Andy, by the way, for sending this. I said to Andy, just to let you know, just a few words before we continue. I'm not massively experienced with laptops and want to confirm that anything can happen with repairs. Worst case scenario, the laptop being broken beyond any repair, making it even worse. If you're happy to continue with that in mind, I'll take it on and at least give it a try. This is something as well that I feel like is really important if you go into repairs as a business, is, you know, you need to make sure that you're very upfront and honest with people. Do you know why? Because Andy's turned around and said, yeah, just go ahead with it anyway. Because if you build that relationship and trust with people and you're upfront and honest with them, some people are going to look away and go, do you know what, I'm not going to do it then. But a lot of other people, especially if it's a word of mouth business, will most probably still choose you, in my experience. It's what used to happen at Rocket. If I used to say to people, yeah, I don't think this is, because we take obviously money for certain things. And if it was like a weird, we had a lawnmower PCB at one point, and it was, guys, it's like a big farm. It's like a big tractor company. I can't remember what they were called. It was like a name. Can't remember what the name. John Doe, something like that. They came in with a PCB, and they were like, I think this is the issue. Can you check? And I was like, I never worked on a tractor. Are you okay for me to obviously still go ahead and blah, blah, blah? And they said, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we want you to take a look, and, we are fully aware as to what can happen. So as long as you're upfront and honest with people, people will most likely, because of your reputation, still go with you. But you need to build up that reputation. Flip it on its head. If somebody comes around and says, I've got this, can you repair it? And it's something I've never seen before, and I put on a face and I'm like, yeah, absolutely, I can get that fixed for you 100%. And it'll be done within 3 days. You end up taking 6 weeks because you messed something up. And worst case scenario, you broke it, and then you have to pay for a replacement part or replacement motherboard, whatever it is that you've broken. So it's good to always be open and honest and get people to agree to these things before you look at their devices. Does anybody in the chat agree? The class.
Another month, more happiness.
Thank you
for
very
all,
much.
Jay.
Thank you very much for the 11 months of Prime. Thank you. Appreciate it. John Deere, yeah, huge company, yeah. As bad as Apple, really? They're junk nowadays, really? Under promise and over deliver. Facts, Arafel, facts. Nothing breaks down like a deer, really? Always cover yourself, always. If you know the fundamentals, it applies to all electronics. Exactly, yeah. They cut a lot of costs recently and let a lot of staff go. Here in the US, you also need in writing, aka repair ticket with that, with it wrote out. As long as you have it in your T's and C's, I think it's
I can send
you're
a free
okay.
message.
Arafat, thank you very much for the tier 1 for 14 months in a row, my friend. I appreciate you. 878 total subs now. Because again, this time last month there was a 10 gifted or something at some point, and they've dropped off. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate you. They were bought by bigger corporations and care about the quantity, not quality. They're really against right to repair. Ask Lewis Rossman about John Deere. He'll make a 2-hour rant. Rant? I've come in with rant. Is what I've used that rant. Okay, so I'm really interested in taking a look at this laptop. I have no idea. I don't fix laptops. It's not something that I take on. But again, I've just confirmed with the person that they're happy for me to take a look at it. Here's the laptop. Acer Chromebook. Lauder glove. They've got the password literally right here. Okay, well, I'm not going to open that again. I'll try and keep it as close as I possibly can. I wasn't expecting that. Luckily, we don't have any further details of the person, which is good. It's not turning on, so clearly it's completely out of battery. And if I turn it over, we can't actually see that it's been opened before. It looks like they have maybe attempted to take this sticker off in the event that there's a screw under here, which it does feel like it, but I don't think that is a screw hole. Rambo coming in with a Prime subscription. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate you. I don't think that's a screw hole there. I mean, it kind of has like indentations of a screw hole, but it's very, very small. So yeah, I don't think that's the case. We've got several screws on the outside of the laptop, so this should be relatively easy, right? I'm thinking it should be relatively easy. There shouldn't be a screw there. Cool. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, okay, fine. So it should just be a case of taking this apart. Let me show you the port itself first, because I have had a brief, swift look at that. Did you manage to get the Xbox Series X PSU? Rab, I'm sure the videos you're talking about are probably 8 months old. I think, if we're talking about the same thing. Whoop. So we can clearly see that this port needs replacing. Am I right? You can see. You can also see that there's a pin over here that's just gone haywire. I don't know where that's gone. And I think what's happened is it's stripped the plastic back. So whatever has been pushed inside of here has pushed the plastic back on the port even further, from what I can tell. But yeah, that is just hopefully. Alfred PE coming in with a Prime subscription. Alfred, thank you very, very much. I appreciate you and your face. Thank you. 879 total Twitch subs now. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It should just be a nice, simple replacement. But again, I don't know what to expect. I don't solder on laptop motherboards, so I don't know how difficult and hard this could be, you know? I'm used to soldering Nintendo Switch ports. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I think a Nintendo Switch USB-C charging port is probably as difficult as what a USB-C charging port should get, except for the fact there's no like plastics around it, so I don't have to take that into consideration. Let's see if this motherboard has the same fate. Right, here we go, chat. Now, I should just be able to put all of the screws in my kit over here. What Chromebook? This is a CBOA 3141H C76H. The other question is, are all of these screws the same size? So I'm going to have it so that they are laid out in order inside of my screw case, but I believe they are all the same size. Now, I think Chromebooks have a reputation of being, quote unquote, quite cheap. So therefore, it wouldn't surprise me if all the screws were the same size, which they are, by the looks of it. Did you buy the LTT screwdriver? And if so, do you like it? I have the iFixit one, but I love the fidget. Yeah. So I like the fidget, and I purchased this. Yeah, I did purchase it, and I really, really like it. Considering how much I use this and how long I've had it for, the bearing in this is still really, really good as well. And you'll see me doing this all the time. Did you finish the PC build? And I did finish the PC build, yep. And the AMD GPU that needed it. No, I haven't carried on with that yet. And if you guys recall, what I meant to be doing is transferring an APU onto a Switch motherboard. Do you remember? However, this takes a priority because it's a FreeRepair that's just come through. Okay, so let's see. Is it just a simple case of... I've got my iSysmo here, so I don't really... Again, because it's cheap, I don't want to mark the plastic. So I'm going to have to be careful when digging here to try and get this to unclip. There we go, I've got one. Can I simply... Because the plastic is going to be pretty brittle as far as I'm concerned, I do just have to be careful. See if I can unclip. Yeah. Okay, so that unclips as well. Does that unclip? No. Let me rotate this round. I'm sure that people with a lot more experience and confidence will just be like, crack, 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 crack. But I'm just going to take my time. Let me, just in case, use a plastic spudger. There we go, that's better. And now I can just run this across, I think. Don't want to... I'm not inserting the spudger like too far because I don't want to risk slicing any cables or anything like that. But we've got a good amount of it up now. There we go. And that just makes life 10 times easier, doesn't it? There we go. Another one, another one, another one. Let's go. Whew. Okay, cool. So that's been taken off. We are inside our first layer. Where is this USB-C charging port? I think it's over here. What looks to be under the hinge. So we have a separate board over here. What on earth is that for? Is that a speaker? That might be like a speaker board, I imagine. We've got the big... The battery's actually quite big and respectable in this, but it might be quite thin. We've got a speaker over here, actually, a speaker here. So that's not a speaker board. I don't know what that is. Then we've got the heatsink, which covers over the CPU. And then the USB-C port we're talking about is right over here in the corner. So it's soldered onto the motherboard. So I now just need to take this apart. First things first, I'm pretty sure people tell me, disconnect the battery, Joey. Like anything electric, I guess. Disconnect the battery is this the first thing that you need to do. We have one screw here for the battery, one screw here, one screw here. So do I just pull this? I think this is just a pull tab. It doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get a slide on this. Oh, wait a minute. It's the silver thing, right? So the silver latch, I think I just push out. There we go. And then does this just come off? It does. Look at that. Jubbly. And then there's this like bit of tape that I'm just going to peel up on. There it is. Right. And now I can take the screws out for the battery. And that is not the same size as the case screw, so I'm going to put that separate. What about this one? Neither's that one. Okay, but it's good that those two are the same style screw. Oh, there's another one. Is this going to be the same size? Yes, it is. Sweet. Okay. And now I should be able to just simply... There's another little bit of tape that I have to take off. Just like that. There she goes. And now I should be able to technically release the battery. Unless there's a bit of like tape holding it down or something, is it? Oh, there is a bit of tape. Oh, they went like the Apple approach. It's like a pulley thing. Oh, I didn't see that. I'm really surprised. There's another one this side. What? I was not expecting that in a Chromebook. Pulley tablet. Pull. There we go. And then just... Well, that's really cool, actually. That's really cool. I wasn't expecting that. But we've removed that. And now we've got a couple of like little bits of tape to remove. One over there. This bit of tape here is doing absolutely nothing. Like, what are you providing? I mean, you're not even providing anything to like protecting it from shorting out because it's plastic, right? So now I'm just going to go through and disconnect all of these little ribbon cables that I see. This one is going to be keyboard, I believe. This one is, it says M6. FPC for this little board here. And again, I don't know what this board is. What is this little board? Something goes into it. What actually goes into it? This front little board, maybe it's some sort of antenna. I don't know. And then we've got a couple more things. So I've got to take out this speaker here. Probably Wi-Fi. Yeah, something like that. So take out that speaker just like that. And then we've got screws for the actual motherboard. But before I do that, I've got the CPU to remove. Sorry, the CPU heatsink to remove, as well as, I believe, this is the screen connector FPC. So I need to very carefully just remove that. And I think there's a little latch here. Pull up on that latch. And now just pull on the latch itself back to release there we go, release the cable. There it is. We've also got what looks to be an antenna. 2 of them, which go to this part of the board. So again, I come in with my tweezers and take this little bit of tape up. Stick that there. And then I'm just going to get these little, what do they call them? J connectors? Is that what it is? J connectors or something? Right, they're loose. Now I can go with heatsink. Please tell me these screws stay in place. Nope, they don't. They are the same size, however, as the battery one, which is good. So there's 1. There's 2. And I'm also going to have to remove the heatsink from over here because otherwise I'm not going to be able to get the laptop out, am I? There's those 2. And then I think we've just got several screws. Well, I say several. Oh, these are specific as well. So we've got specific screws here. Thermal pasta. We can reapply that stuff, and it looks like there's like a bit of thermal putty here instead of actual thermal pasta for this part. Okay, so I've got different types of screws here. We've got a very thin screw and another very thin screw for these two bottom ones. Then we've got the longer screws there. I wonder why they're different sizes. I wonder why they've done different sizes there. That's all the motherboard screws. And then we've just got a couple of the hinge screws as well. So I take out the screw 1 for the hinge. I take out this one. And I take out this one. And now I believe I should be able to move that hinge up. This can be quite difficult as far as I'm aware. So let me get a pair of tweezers. And without risking any component or anything, I'm going to see if I can just lift this hinge up. That's the goal. Naturally, it will feel quite horrendous to do because it's a hinge. There we go. So that's up. Technically, I should be able to pull out the board. Technically. First try. We've done it. Lord glove. Right, so I'm going to put this on the floor and then we can focus on the actual motherboard. Okay, let's head over and inspect this USB-C port and see how challenging that's going to be to replace. Where is it? We've got some sort of sheet, plastic sheet on the back of this motherboard, which I'm probably going to have to remove because I don't want it melting. And then I just kind of put it back on. Guessing this is to just stop any conductivity between this and the chassis. So let me take this bit of plastic off, which is probably going to lose most of its stickiness and glue from me taking it off, but I don't necessarily have a choice here. So we'll put that back on. Thing is, I don't want that to melt. So let me just put that over there. It's still very sticky, to be fair. So it should be okay. And here is our port. Wow, would you look at that? This should be, technically, I'm going to say it, relatively easy. As long as I haven't lost the USB-C port I'm replacing it with. Because that would be diabolical. Wouldn't it, Joey? It'll be here somewhere. It'll be here somewhere. It'll be here somewhere. It's got to be. Guys, I'm just going to go to the toilet real quick because I have had a lot of drink. BRB 2 secs. Where's the port? Oh, man. Lord glove. BRB. Okay. I am just searching now for this port that I had. I found it. I found it. It's under my tool case. Charles, you put it left or right, the other side where you put the screen. Yeah, nice one. Thank you. I found it. Has pinned under, so it's SMD pins and through-hole pins. Cool. Gotcha. Joey, we can hear everything. Turn off the mic. Of course you can. Of course you can. Why would you lie to me like that? Okay. Just checking something, chat. 2 seconds, sorry. Right, okay, so yeah, there's the port. Here we have said port to change, and we've got this little bit of metal on top, or whatever it is, sticker. That's absolutely fine. That will probably get blasted when we apply heat. Now, what I'm assessing here is I'm looking to see whether I go from the top or whether I go from the bottom. Is probably the first thing. We've got a little diode here, we've got a cap, we've got what looks to be maybe some sort of inductor. I'm looking at this, I'm thinking the top would be a nice place to go. The board is relatively thin, aka very thin. So I also have to be careful about potentially bending the board with too much heat. So I'm probably going to go low heat around this area. If I turn it round, how are we looking on the back? So it is indeed through hole. I'm assuming if I look at the port that I've got, is it going to be through hole some? And then somebody on chat has just said as well. Yeah, okay. So it's through hole and it's pins. So it's one of each, which is fine. I just need to make sure that is definitely going to be the right connector, make sure it lines up correctly, etc. Which I don't think it is. I don't think it's the right connector. I think it's quite far off, actually. If I line this up here, yeah, it's not the right connector. I'll have to see. But you can see that the clasp is different to what this one is here as well. I might have one. I'll have to check. I've got a pack of USB-C ports, so we might be in luck. But I think it's most probably because we've got the LED here as well. That is going to be quite sensitive to heat. I think it makes sense to actually go from this side. Now, what I'm going to do is use heat to take it out and then use heat to put it back in. And I'll probably add some leaded into the mix to make life a little bit easier and to really lower that melting temperature when we go to use heat, because again, it's such a thin board. So yeah, I think that's the plan of action. Let me take this port off then, and then I can see whether this port is similar to this one and whether we can use it. And I might have to make some little adjustments, which I don't think we're going to, because those legs look like they're not going to fit in the ground holes. Could I get away with just, if I go ahead, what I'm thinking is if I go ahead and remove these legs, it will most probably fit. Well, these plastic bits actually look bigger than these ones as well, so I don't know if it will. I'll come to that in a second once I've taken this part off. Let me do that first. Got any PS5s on eBay anytime soon? I don't, my friend. No, not anytime soon. Sorry. Okay, right. Let's see what we can do. Like I said, I'm going to go over the top here, and I need to get this board nice and warm because of the fact I've got pins underneath there as well, haven't I? So I'll probably go with a larger tip here. And I'll probably start with, I'm going to start with 380, actually. Let me see what I can do. See if I can do any damage with 380. I don't think I'll be able to, but I'm going to see. Airflow speed, I'm going to whack up to 70%. Here we go. We do have a connector on the board, but it's actually quite far away from this one. Probably about half an inch or so, 3/4 of an inch. But I'm just being cautious, because I'm also trying to get the board up to a relatively good temperature as well, so that it's all not focused purely on this area we see. Here we go, just kind of focusing a little bit more now on the port. And the solder's starting to wet. It's good. Try and give it a tap. Can't do any more damage to this port. And it's come on off anyway. Now it's ready. Can you see? Ready? So I grab it. Slowly pull off. Not ripping any pads. Just like that. Wicked. Now what I'm going to do is apply leaded solder to this board whilst it's nice and hot on those pads. Bit of flux. Just to bring down that melting temperature a little bit more, so I risk not bending the board. So I'm not going to add too much. Just a little bit. This port won't need a lot. Nice. That's exactly what I wanted. And now I'm going to clean the flux. The drop method is what I use personally. I really like using the drop method. You don't have to. You can use any method you prefer. You have to be careful of that little diode up there. But for me personally, the drop method has always worked, especially for situations like this. I actually think you would need to use the drop method because you've got the pins underneath. You can't solder them. So I'm talking about this row of pins here. You can't solder those with a soldering iron. So you'll have to go with the drop method. Now, I also actually think that people wouldn't have this laptop repaired because of how cheap it is. So I think there's that as well. You make it look so easy. Yeah, I think, again, just soldering comes down to like practice. And once you've soldered, you can solder on anything, you know? Here is our bad port that we've just taken off. And yeah, we can see that other than the inside of the port, it looks really nice. Even the clasp, etc. This one, if I go to try and put this on, it's not going to fit, I don't think. Yeah, it's not, because the... Oh, wait there. That's going to... Yeah, well, we can see, because the ground legs at the back, to sit with the to sit flush with the pins, as you can see, it's not going to fit. It would need to sit around here. And these ground leads at the back here do not line up with the ground holes we have here. So this port is, unfortunately, not one to use. So what I need to do now is look in my little box of parts and see if I've got a USB port which is similar to this one. I think they're pretty common. I could be wrong. I've not looked at this box of parts in about 10 years. That's false. It's probably more like a year. However, you get the drift. Is this USB-C? No, that's micro. There's USB-C. Here we go. Wish me luck. Clip the legs. If I clip the legs, I still... It's not going to be a very solid port if I clip the legs, in my opinion. So that if I did clip them, then I'd probably still be able to just get to ground, but I don't think it's going to be as solid as what I think it is. Unless, wait a minute. Is that the old one? Yeah. I was like, wait a minute, this fits now. Yeah, this new one, if I clip, I mean, I'd have to go, what, here? And clipping the legs won't make a difference. I have to go here, because it doesn't reach ground. And I'm pretty sure this doesn't fit properly, because it would need to be in line with the PCB, which is there. And those pins at the back then go past that. So I'm just going to see if in my box of USB-C ports, I've got one that's similar. Because there might be one that I can clip that's better for me to clip than that one, you know? Gut the port and transfer the innards. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, bizarre. Put a bit of Captain tape over the LED. There's no need. I don't think there's a need. If I can get it out that easy from this side, you know. Do I have any that have... I don't think I do. Nope. All of the ports are, I mean, I've even got ones that stand vertically, which I didn't actually think that I had. But these ones stand vertically and even come with a little plastic plug. That's interesting. But yeah, I don't have any that have the vertical pins. The through hole pins. I don't have any. So I'm going to have to try and order the right one now then through eBay. Okay. Chat, does anybody know which one I should be ordering? Or should I just take a look? Can you not take out the internals and change the clasp shield? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, maybe you could, but I'd rather just put the right port on. That was just a one-time pin. Okay, so what have we got, guys? What's the number of the Chromebook? The number is, Joey. Try and copy it exactly. CBO, was it? CB0. CBOA 314. Replacement charging port. No. I don't think I'm looking at the right thing. TBH. I don't think that's the right thing to look at. I think it's a C76H, you know. C76H replacement charging port. Ah, here we go. No, it's not it. Oh, model number N November 2 4P3. November 2 4 P3. That's the one. Subs went down. Yes, yeah, they do. After 28 days, they obviously fall off and go down, and then it cycles. Forgot, welcome. I'm assuming you missed the start of the stream. I said thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs on Kick. I appreciate it because I saw that you done it. I think it was today before I even went live. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Right. N2 4P3 replacement charging port. Is that it? I mean, that looks better. Or is that the one that they've ordered? This one also sits up on a lip as well, by the way, guys. That's one thing you have to consider. This one also sits up on a lip. Does this charging board have any... No, it doesn't have any writing or anything on it. Well, they have put tape on it, so let me see if there's anything under the tape. What's that? There is markings. Same keyboard as mine. Yeah, I love this keyboard. I think I found one on AliExpress. Really, Pedro, could you send me a link on Discord, please, mate? Oh, no, that's not markings. That's glue. GG. But this is the port. So can you see how it has like a bit of a kick to it? So it has to sit in the board like that. Whereas this one definitely doesn't have that. See? That's probably one of the main differences here. So it has to be this style of proprietary port. And then on the bottom we don't have any type of writing. Oh yeah, okay, fine. Sorry guys. Wow. Here. This is the type of port that it needs to be. So can you see it has like the step to it? Whereas the one that I was sent does not have that. See that? So I won't be able to just jig this this port up. This is the one that came from the board. And you can see it kind of sits on the motherboard and goes through to then be level and even with the motherboard itself. You see that? Hopefully you got it that time. Is it a C223 port? Well, I'm having a look at a Pavilion one. It's definitely not the Pavilion one. It's not that one. Oh, it might be that one. Is that one? Nope. Grizzly!
Have a great stream at Joey Does Tech.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, my friend. Chromebook charging port. Oh, hang about. That looks like the one. It's an Asus Chromebook though, but it looks like the same port. It looks like the same port. Yeah, chat, I think that's it. Yeah, it's the same one. What do we think? Wait, what's my microscope called? Main microscope camera. Hold on. Main. Just trying something quick. Oh. What do we think, chat? Yay or nay? I'm even looking at the it looks the same to me. Can you see this little silver bit down here as well? It has that on the connector. See that? Silver bit? That's the same port, hey? It's got the lip bit as well. Like that. The bends in the legs. The legs look like they're roughly around about in the same position. We've got the back bits here, which are in roughly the same position. I think this is the port. Do we agree? I can't see chat, by the way, so I have no idea what people are saying. Yeah, it looks the same. Yeah, very much. Yeah, yeah. That looks the jobby. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, close enough. Seems like it, absolutely. £5. Crazy, isn't it? For one port, £5. Let me I see if I can get a model number from that. See what I can get from Ali. Not that I know a bloke called Ali. I'm just saying that AliExpress. See if there's any there, because that my my Ali deliveries come really quick now. So let me see if there's something there with the same. So it's an Asus Chromebook is the one. Actually, I wonder if I search on eBay now with that. I wonder if it will come up cheaper. Let me try that. Asus Chromebook. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, £4 each. Wow, they're still like £4. £4 each. £11. How much do you think How much do you think it costs to make that port? This looks like it. Yeah. Chat, AliExpress. Ah, shipping. Oh. So I was going to say, so it's 2 pieces for £1.75, but then shipping's £3.80, so that takes us up to over £5. But that's 2. 5 pieces is £4 plus shipping £3.80, so we're looking at £7, £8 for 5 of them. To be fair, I'd rather pay £8 for 5. It's saying delivery is quite long. Let me check and see if they're selling any of those ones on eBay, but let me shorten that. Charging port. Yeah, I'm looking at £4.26, man. £4.99. £4.99, £4.99, £4.35. Like £4 is the cheapest I'm seeing. I'm seeing £2.90 here, wait there. £2.90. Now let me select the design of it. £9.45. Yeah, I think we go. Do I just go AliExpress? Joe, they are on eBay under Asus Chromebook C2. How much are they going for? Yeah, that's what I've got. That's what I've got. And it's the same. It's around about £5 each. Do I just go AliExpress and bank a load? Do I just go AliExpress and bank 5 of them for £8? Because I usually always buy at least 2 of something. Because if I don't buy at least 2 of, if I buy 1, then if I mess it up, I need to go more. £4.50 exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Get 8. I think it's worth getting 4. I think it's worth getting 5 of them for £8. Might take me a little bit longer to actually get the port in, but I feel like that's more worth it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to buy it off Ali. There we go. And then what I'm also going to do is just keep this port with the laptop. So what I've chosen to do is I found the port on eBay, but they go for around about £4.50, £5 each. If I order the same port from AliExpress, I can get a bulk load of 5 of them for, I think it was around about £4 or £5 plus £3.80 shipping. So it equals around about £7, £8 for 5 of them, rather than me spending £10 for 2 in case I mess one up from eBay. So now I'm going to have to wait until that port comes in to continue this repair. That reminds me, chat, I need to buy some microfiber cloths. I've literally just bought them because otherwise I forget. Right, I also now need to just make sure this is secure enough. And I'm going to have to put all the screws. Do you know what? I'd rather just put a couple of screws back and the motherboard back just in case, because that port might take a little bit to come. So if I just quickly put some of this stuff back, otherwise it will just end up as a mess. And what I'll do is I'm just going to put the port there. Won't be any harm in that. What way did this go? Like that? No. It was the other way, wasn't it? Yeah, it was like that. Oh, I'm not going to be able to put it. Okay. Yeah, because otherwise what will happen is I'll just potentially lose some of these things that are lying about. Welcome, by the way, guys. Welcome. I'll send an email to the person just letting them know what the situation is. I'm always losing them when I have to wait for a part. Exactly. Exactly. Hence why I'm not necessarily going to put all the cables back, but I will do the screws.
Morning.
Morning. Morning. Carson, welcome. How are you? Yeah, good. Thank you, mate. Thank you for asking. All good. That one doesn't go there. Does one go over here? No, it's here, wasn't it? Like I said, I'm not going to put everything in. I'll just put the battery in. And I can probably keep the rest of the screws out for the time being. I want to say it was just 3 screws in the battery, like that. I have got 4 screws left over, and I'm trying to figure out where they go, guys. CPU. EA, welcome. I'm about to make my biggest PC purchase and I'm scared. It's so hard because one tells you pick this part and the other one says do not pick that part. If you just, I guess if these guys would be more willing to help if you just put your specs in the chat. I'm sure they'll be more than willing to help. Right, what I'll do is I'll put a, now that I know what goes back where, I'm just going to grab a little bag like this and put the case screws in and then put that on top of the laptop. Can I only use hot air for replacing an HDMI chip, or I just still need to use the tip? Tip it with the iron. It depends, Niels. Oh, wait, HDMI chip, or still No. You should be able to just use it with a do it with a hot air gun. Sorry, I thought it said port. You dropped one on the laptop. What, a screw? Did I? Oh yeah. Thank you. That was a Nintendo Switch one. Okay, I'll update that person. I haven't got any other stuff plugged in, so I'm just going to literally rest that on top and have that like that. And put it over yonder. Out of the way. Put the port there. And I don't know where their replacement port has gone. Oh, it's there. And we wait. This is also probably another reason why I don't do laptop free repairs and stuff, because the amount of times that you need to order something and wait on it, and that just becomes more stressful, etc. One of the hidden things that people kind of seem to forget when it comes to laptops, unless you've got everything in stock, which is very rare that you've got absolutely everything in stock for a laptop, chat, am I right? There's always something. Do everything you same USB-C port would be so much easier. Oh yeah, it would. Yep. Okay. That's what I was doing last time. Do you guys remember when I was transferring the APU over to the other Nintendo Switch? And I was trying to find a Nintendo Switch, wasn't I? Right, Nintendo Switch APU transplant. Let's see if I got what I need. I don't think I did. I think I was looking for another board to use and I never found one. Here is the Switch. We're transplanting the brains from it, which is in here, this bag, ironically, onto another board is the situation. I don't have another board just yet. I think I was in the middle of looking at boards to use in the last stream. Subsequently, never found one. Hence why we're now going to have to look for one. Do you guys remember who was here when you had a look and saw how many boards I had? One in the chat if you were here when you saw that. A lot of people can be like, Joe, what are you talking about? Had a lot of boards. Had a lot of boards. So I'm going to have to sift through them and see which ones are going to be. I think, chat, am I right in thinking probably the best way to do it is to see if there is a board that has a short on the APU cap and just go ahead and replace and just go ahead and use that board, right? If you know, you know. I can't believe my little box of USB-C ports let me down. Oh my gosh, just opening this is giving me horrendous vibes. What are your thoughts on liquid flux compared to paste flux? Do you think paste flux is suitable for S&D solder? Absolutely, yeah. You need flux to be rather thick because the temperatures you're going to be working at are going to be quite high. If you use liquid flux, it's just going to burn away. Oh, and chat, I remember saying, does it need to be the same revision? Does it need to be the same board number? So we've got a HAC CPU 10. Is that important or not? HAC CPU 10. Important or not, chat? This one's missing so much. That is not happening. Does anyone know? Because I ain't got no idea. I'll be honest. I would assume that APU is the same on all models, but then I also have to think of the eMMC. What board have I got here? HAC CPU 21. I probably should try and look for a 10 at least. I am here. Just bent down. HAD CPU 10. What did I say? HAC. HAD. If I don't have one, imagine I don't have one donor board. HAD CPU 10. I mean, that is a good looking board as well, to be fair. So I'll keep that to the side because that's a HAD. HHC CPU 20. Potential. Switch OLED. That'd be fun. HAD CPU 10. CPU 21. HAD CPU 21. No. HAC CPU 20. No pads on the port. HAC CPU 10. Here we go. HAC CPU 10. M92T36. LCD connector. Candidate for sure. This one looks alright actually. Candidate for sure. That's probably going to be the biggest candidate so far. HAC CPU 10. LCD connector. M92 gone. BQ gone. Wi-Fi chip gone. But candidate. Nope. Switch light. Switch light. HAD CPU. Nope. HAD CPU. Nope. HAC CPU 20. Wi-Fi gone. Get rid of that. Got enough of those ones now. HAC CPU 01. Looks factory. No missing components. M92T36 BQ. All the connectors. What? Chat. What on earth happened there? Did I just kick one under my PC? How on earth have I managed that? Yeah, I did. What? It wasn't even a... I kicked two under there. It wasn't even a big kick. The one that I've just pulled out seems to be a candidate. Now we're going to have a look over it quick. And see what the situation is. I'll record this just in case. Because if it does become interesting. Let's have a look. I'll keep the music on. So we've got switch port. We've got BQ. It's a HAC CPU 01. Guys, what's this, by the way? I've never seen that in my life. Can you see how it says PWBAUCHN? The free fix with the Bode motherboard. Yes, it is, Marquis. Yeah. Chat, has anyone seen that on a Switch before? Don't know. Anyway, M92T36. We've got Max IC down here on the bottom left. We don't seem to have any missing components. If you guys spot anything, let me know. We've even got the eMMC. I've got the LCD connector. I've got the FPC connectors up here. I've got the LCD circuit here. Up here with the FPC connector, all good. The back of the device. There's a little marking here, but I have the... what's it called? Fuel gauge. I've even got these little horrendous components on that potentially stop the board from working. This looks alright. All the caps on the back of the APU are present. Again, some more markings, but everything seems to be in line. Wow, what a board this is. A few markings here. I'm just going to check for shorts and see what is actually shorted on this board. And I'm hoping it's just going to be APU, which is going to be this cap right here. Australia, China, maybe, yeah, maybe. You're a legend for going the extra mile. Yeah, I'm going to see. I've not told the person I'm doing this, so because I don't want to give them any false hope. I'm going to be RBE, and the reason I'm going to be RBE is for literally probably around about 2 minutes, guys, because my daughter's come home from nursery, and I want to see how her day's been. So bear with me. I shall be right back. Yep. Ooh, sorry guys, I'm back. And guess what I brought with me? Yeah. Ready? Mrs. JDT and Mini JDT. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's not doing it justice. I promise this isn't why I went to go and see my daughter. These are from a couple of days ago, FYI. I didn't go and say, did you make anything in nursery for Daddy? Nah. This. I don't like cake. I've got more. Do you know what? I'm liking cake more and more recently. I never used to like it, honestly. Promise. It sounds really made up, but it's not. Yo! Jin, thank you very much for the Prime for 6 months. I appreciate you and your face. Thank you, my friend. It's very kind. Right, let's check this board over for any shorts first. Multimeter is in continuity mode. And I'm just going to check on some of these caps. I'm going to make it so it's not so wobbly. It's one of the upgrades that I need to do, but I just don't know how to do it. I'm so tempted to just get... Because I've got this mount, but this mount attaches to that. So I need to work something out. If I put it over to the left of me where I can put it onto like a bit of furniture and drill it in, so it's not on the desk, it just means that I don't think it will reach over to where I am now, which is really annoying. But it's so wobbly. It's not the scope's fault. It's my setup's fault. Because the desk moves. So when I bang the desk, look. Right. Thank you very much for the follow, by the way, KU. Let's check around M92T36, see if we get any shorts. CPU cap, are you shorted? You're not. Okay. BQ isn't shorted. I think it's a factory port. Max IC? What on earth? Why was this in the parts bin? I can't wait to find out it's a real intermittent issue. $180 ohms kind of seems a little bit low. But this is still strange. Is it bent? Doesn't look bent. Maybe it was a blue screen and I just didn't investigate any further. Which means that I'm going to have to test it. Here we go. Ain't got a choice. Where's the USB-C to C cable? There. Yeah, that's what I'm going to check now, the ammeter. No, I took out the wrong one. Because my multimeter was working. Oh, no, I'm going to have to relaunch the software for my multimeter. Now I guarantee if it doesn't work, I'm going to throw some fists. Uh-huh. OBS crash inbound. Don't say that. Okay, my multimeter's okay. Don't say that. Okay, let's see if the ammeter comes up. Come on. I want to say it's not the ammeter's fault. It's the hub and stuff that I've got that's set up. Here we go. Cool. Right, let's see what happens when we go to plug it in. What draw do we get? Chat, this is normal. Chat, this is so normal. It's so normal, it's scary. Why? Bad EMMC. If it was bad EMMC, I wouldn't have got that draw. Thank you so much for being a rescue to the repair community. Oh, Lovox, thank you. Hi, Joey. I was able to diagnose a bad M92 because of your video yesterday. It was your video, my first switch repair, and also my first switch repair. Chip in the post. Wish me luck. Yes, let's go. Best of luck. Make sure you check that port as well, my friend. And glad to be of service. Hopefully it's banned. Perfect donut. Facts. Don't think I've ever had a banned one though. Not that I can remember. I don't understand why I'd have a perfectly working switchboard in the donor pile. Like... See what happens. Oh my gosh. No, guys, I've not touched the APU. My reaction wouldn't be as lame as that. This is a board that I found as a donor board. I'm just like, do I just give this back to the guy? do I just give this back to the guy? Like, you know, why not? Wait, what was the issue? With this donor board? Nothing. waiting to see if it actually turns on. So I need to get this up to about 480. Pink screen's fine. It'd just be, I would have fixed the pink screen because that would have just been bad Wi-Fi. I had a few other boards that I was going to use for donors as well, but I mean, yeah, I picked that one out. I can see it was exactly like how it should look. It's very scary. The only issue being the serial number change of the board and the chassis. Yeah, but that doesn't matter. The screen colors are used to dial is the issue. What does the blue screen mean? The blue screen of death is simply just like a full big blue screen here. And when that occurs, it usually means that the CPU is dead. Or it's, okay, let me take that back. It means that there is a loose connection from the APU to the motherboard in most cases. It could be a torn pad underneath the APU. It could be a broken solder ball. It could be anything. So when that happens, it's kind of good because in this situation, I'd then be able to use this as a donor. So if I do get a blue screen on this, that would be good. I mean, I personally hope that's the case. Come on, 483, we're nearly there. White fiber cloths on the way, guys. Let's go. I'm just checking something out, guys. Sorry. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Joey, do you have any tips for replacing M92? Should I drown it in flux like you did? Absolutely not. No, no, no. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Yeah, you don't have to drown the board in flux. I wouldn't recommend. That was just something that I used when I was doing repairs at the start, because not even at the start, like towards the middle up until current, because I just thought flux, like more flux was best, but you don't necessarily need lots of flux.
Today we answer.
So you can turn on. Is that what the fault is? Battery? No, 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 no. This is our test board still. It's our test board. I need to make sure that this is going to be okay.
Thank you for responding and being a great dude. Here, for the garage fund.
Love, thank you very much for the $4.99. There is no such thing as a garage fund, guys. All right, there is no such thing. Thank you very much though for the $5. I really, really appreciate it. It's very kind of you. Was it a super chat? It was. Thank you. Thank you. Do you have any other areas that are commonly associated with M92 failure I should check? As long as if you're getting shorts on the caps that are surrounding M92 T36, and it's the shorts the shorts are on the side that are going into the IC, usually 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the M92 T36 chip. So you've probably diagnosed that right. However, what I would say is that you should probably also look to remove the port if it looks like there's any pins crossing or anything, because that can skew results. Oh. That's an M92 T36 error, no? Wait. usually indicates corrupted data likely on the micro SD card. To fix, first try safe mode initialization without deleting the save data. That's 2002-4373. 2002-4373. So that's not a M92. It means that the console's files are corrupt. To fix it, power off the switch and turn it on. There is no SD card in here, is there? No, of course not. And we don't have a touchscreen either. System error, not hardware. AKA not good, by the way, because I don't know if we replace the APU and the NAND. I don't know if that's going to fix our issue. Dave. Somebody try to mod it, maybe. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's where my head goes, you know. Where's the program that I'm looking for here? Like, where on earth is that? It's not detecting RCM mode. It's not detecting RCM. For that reason, guys, I'm not too sure I can use this board. Because I don't want to go through the hassle of transferring everything over for this to then be some sort of actual board issue, you know? Yeah, this is bricked. That's upsetting. Yeah, I'm going to label it, thank you. Why is it bricked? It's a software issue, Ben, no? From what I'm reading online. It's coming up saying a software issue, mate. Memory issue specifically. Let's check this one. This is a HAD CPU 10. Looks like it's got most things except for P13. That's fine. Oh, we're missing the... Right there. That's all scoot with. Missing a resistor or cap there. I believe it's a cap. But that's fine. Something we can sort. HAD CPU 10. HAD. Wait, what's the board? HAD or HAC? Why have I got this one? Didn't I say it was HAC? I said HAC. Or HAD. Come on, Joey. HAC CPU 10. Here we go. Missing Wi-Fi. IC. No caps missing around there. LCD circuit intact. Missing M92T36. Pins look factory. Missing BQ. Again, fine. Just got the max IC down there. Back of the board. P13. I mean, that chip looks cooked. Potentially missing a cap there, I'm not too sure. This circuit looking all okay. Oh, it's definitely a candidate. CPU cap? No. What? No. Again, why? Why is this faulty? I haven't got the NAND for it, so do we just send it? That connector's been soldered on and off. Right. Definitely an early days Joey job. Do we just send it on this one? Where is APU issues? Usually the cap's shorted, right? 600 ohms. Okay, I'm going to put that again in the potential pile, and I've got one more. HAC CPU 10, max IC present, that little chip gone, BQ present, looks like it's been soldered, I think. M92T36 gone. CPU shielding off. Have I tried to reflow RAM? Doesn't look like it. It would definitely be a lot more fluxy if I did. So that looks okay. APU here. Any holes or areas around here that look suspicious? Nope. Max IC on the left, all good. Max IC at the bottom, present. Wi-Fi chip, present. LCD connector not, but that's okay. Alright. Back of the chip. Back of the board, sorry. P13, that's okay. Port may have potentially been replaced, judging by those burn marks at the bottom. That component missing, that's okay. Fuel gauge, chip in the corner, but looks to be alright. This one is probably more likely to be successful, is what I would say. Max IC on the back, all good. Can't see many signs of flux on this board either. Now we are missing M92. I don't know if that is a replacement or not. I can't really tell. Let me check some. Fuse all good. Shorted cap. Nah, I'm just looking for a shorted cap. CPU cap. I think this one's probably going to be our closest to being a good one to work on. Hey, chat. I think this is as good as it gets. Just missing the LCD connector. Was that a missing cap? No. Just missing the LCD connector. APU crack. I don't think so. If you're talking about that, it's just hair. Oh, here. Whoa. Yeah, it is. APU crack. Good eyes, Ben. Jeez. Down here. Could be that it's been sat in my parts pile. You know what I mean? That could be the reason. I do have to consider that. Tom.
I am very late.
Hey, it's fine, mate. Thank you.
That's what counts.
Facts. Thank you very much, mate. I appreciate you. Thank you very, very much for the £2 super chat. Thank you. Maybe not that deep enough to affect the chip. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty on the surface as well, but could also be the reason as to why this wasn't working. I think we go with this one though, right? I think that's probably going to be our best bet. Chat, hey? I think we go with this one. Just missing a couple things. M92, FPC connector and a cap. Where was that cap that was missing? Bi-fuel gauge? Oh no, it was the other board. I think we do this one. Chat, what do you think? Yes or no? This one. Oh. Give it a go. Yeah, okay, fine. Right, I'm going to put this to the side then, and we'll definitely look at it next stream, because it's going to be time for me to do some wrapping up and stuff, guys, all right? We didn't manage to repair the laptop, which is unfortunate, and we obviously didn't manage to get round to finishing the Nintendo Switch, but at least I now have the part ready to go for the next stream, so hopefully I can be hot on that, unless I receive the charging port, and then I'm going to start with the charging port for the laptop, but I doubt that's going to come next day delivery from AliExpress. You can't swap from one revision to the other. It's the same board revision, I think. It's the same board revision. One in the chat if you enjoyed today's stream. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you and your faces. Thank you for the nice talks that we have, as always. For, how about modding series? No, I'm not really into modding, Jerry. Not really into modding. I'm pretty sure good for money as well, but yeah, it's not on my stream, unfortunately. But yeah, guys, thank you very, very much. I appreciate you and your faces, and hopefully I get that port through very soon, and we'll go from there. You're welcome, Gary. You're welcome. What am I missing? Oh, my desk mat. Something feels like it's missing. Enjoyed my first stream. Thanks, Jack. You're more than welcome, Greg. And feel free to come back whenever you want. Feel free to come back whenever you want, my guy. Guys, have a really, really, really good rest of your day. I appreciate you for hanging out. And as always, I shall see you in the next one, which is going to be, what day are we today? Tuesday, so we're talking Thursday. Yeah, I'll see you on Thursday, guys, if I don't decide to stream tomorrow. Much love, and I'll see you later. Guys,